Hi everybody, my name is Letty Mitchell and I'm a teacher here at ChromaYoga in London. Today I'll be guiding you through a Chromatic reset class for 3 people, and I'm wearing the super comfy ecology leggings and bra. I hope you enjoy. So to start with, let's come into a seated position. If you prefer to sit up on something, feel free to use your yoga block. If you don't have one at home, you can grab a book, a couple of books, maybe a pillow just to sit up on. Spine is alert, it's lifted, shoulders are gently drawing away from your ears. We relax the hands into our thighs or our knees, and then just close the eyes. Using the first few moments to tune in and to check in. If we take a moment to feel the relationship to gravity, to how grounded we feel, the connection of your pelvis against the ground or against the block, the weight of your legs and your feet. Start to bring the awareness to your spine, from your tailbone all the way up to the back of the neck. Encourage the muscles in your face to be really relaxed. Forehead is smooth. Back of the jaw is relaxed. And then with the eyes closed, bring your full awareness to the very tip of your nose. And bring full awareness to breathing now. Noticing how the chest expands and contracts as you breathe. And likewise with the belly. A few more moments. All right, guys, so from here, if we gently open the eyes, interlacing the fingers now, we're taking a deep breath in to lift the palms of the hands all the way upwards. So if we can, keep that relationship to gravity, to ground down through your sitting bones, but then use that to elevate your spine and lift the top of the head up as much as you can. Let's take one more breath here. Now as you exhale, we're twisting to the left-hand side. So grab whatever you can grab hold of. Your left hand is behind your pelvis, or you may actually prefer just to wrap your left arm behind your back into a bind. Feel the same length with the spine, a nice easy neck. And then as you pull your belly in, see if you can rotate your chest even further around to the left side of the room. 2 more breaths here, everyone. 1 final breath. And then come back to center. All right, second side. Interlace the fingers one more time. Deep breath in, lift the palms of the hands all the way up. So a nice solid base, feeding the spine, ascend, rise away from the base of the pose. 1 more breath. And then as you exhale, let's twist over to the right hand side now. So grabbing hold of your right knee or your right thigh, and that right hand can slide behind your lower back if you prefer. Easy neck, long spine. Breathing here, last 2 breaths. Just 1 final breath. And then bring yourselves back to center. Okay, so if we come into tabletop now, if you are sitting on something, just remove it. And spread your hands out as wide as you can. Just checking that your hands are underneath your shoulders. And likewise with the knees. The knees are directly underneath the hips. Cat-cow. So inhale. Soften the belly, guys. Lift the chest. Look forward. Find that space across the armpits. And exhale to pull the belly in and round through the back. Twice more. Inhale, the belly softens, the chest opens up. And exhale, the belly pulls in and the spine rounds. One more. Inhale, the belly softens, the heart opens up. And then exhale, the belly pulls in and you're rounding. So from here, let's just start to move in any direction. So I'm really going to recommend that you just shut the eyes. Feel free to continue that linear cat-cow movement, but otherwise just feeling into your body and just let your body move around. There's no wrong way, there's no right way of moving here. We're just shifting the body in space and we're breathing at the same time. Few more moments here, everyone. Keep softening the muscles in your jaw, softening the tongue inside the mouth. And then eventually, as we spread the hands out wider, let's curl our toes under and eventually lift our hips up into down dog. Okay, we're going to bend our knees one at a time. And as we do that, really feel into that stretch into the calf muscles and into the hamstrings. And continue walking your feet to the very top of your mat. And as you come to the top of the mat, we encourage our base to be super duper wide. So your feet are at least hip distance, softening the knees, grab hold of your elbows and just let the head completely chill out. And then if you want to, you can encourage a little bit of movement in the spine by rocking the shoulders left to right, left to right. Feel free to stay exactly where you are. Otherwise, interlacing the hands behind your back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, just carefully pulling those arms forward. Now we want to encourage the neck to stay as relaxed as possible. So in order to do that, pull your arm bones away from your shoulders. Breathing 2 more. 1 final breath here. And then let go of the arms. With soft knees, tuck your chin in as we roll up into standing 1 vertebrae at a time. Okay, guys, so once you're up nice and tall, if we bring our feet together, big toes touch, and we'll bring our hands to our heart center in prayer. Closing the eyes just 1 more time. Feeling the toes spread, the feet ground down, and at the same time, that very gentle lifting up through the top of the head. Take a full inhale through your nose. Exhaling through the mouth. And as you open the eyes, the next time you inhale, lift the arms straight up to the ceiling. As you exhale with soft knees, fold yourselves in half. Just let go of the back of your head. Flat back, hands sliding up your shins as you pull the top of the head forward. Now we're going to bring our hands down. Big step back with the right leg. Drop the right knee down onto the ground. And as you lift the chest up, just place both hands on top of your left knee. And just soften the pelvis down. Trying to keep the belly nice and firm, and let's lift out of our lower back so we're not dumping into the spine. As you inhale, lift the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Keep breathing, go for 1 more full inhale. Exhaling, bringing the hands down and step into plank. This is our first plank. Left leg steps back to meet the right leg. We're just going to be here for that 1 breath to get a little bit warmer. And as you exhale, drop the knees down, bend the elbows, and very slowly lower down to the mat. Interlace the fingers behind your back, and as you press down for your pubic bone, inhale, lift your chest off the floor. Just remember to tuck your chin in towards your chest. And as you point your toes, inhale, lift your legs away from the ground as well. Glutes are on, legs as close together as you can. One more inhale. And exhale to release. Hands by your shoulders, pulling your way back into down dog. One inhale to stabilize. And one exhale. Looking forward, step your right foot in between your hands and drop your back knee down. Okay, it's the same thing. As you lift the chest up, if we bring our hands on top of our right knee and thigh, and then soften the hips down as much as you can. Inhale, telescope the rib cage, lift the arms up as high as you can. One full dynamic inhale. Exhale, hands come straight back down, step forward, left foot to the top of the mat, flat back as you inhale. Exhale to fold down. Good, rising up, fingers expand and stretch to the ceiling, and then pull your hands to your heart center in prayer. Okay, let's go again. Inhale, lift the arms up, press your feet down. Exhale to fold yourselves in half. Really just take your time. Flat back, pulling the top of the head forward, hands down. Big step back with your left foot this time. Drop that knee down into something comfortable. And this time, inhale, sweep the arms straight up to the ceiling. Something slightly different from the arms now. So if you interlace the fingers and just wrap the palms of the hands around your neck and the very bottom of your skull. Breathing in to lift and grow out of your lower back. And as you exhale, if it's available for you, let's open the chest and create as much space as we can across the heart. One more inhale and release. So carefully, hands down. Step your right foot back into plank position. Just for that one breath in to stabilize. Exhale, drop the knees. Bend your elbows and slowly lower down. Same thing, so legs together. Interlace the hands, ground down for your pubic bone, and let's come up in one piece now. So breath in, squeezing your glutes, lengthen through your toes, lengthen forward with the crown of the head. One final in-breath, and then gently release. Let's bring our hands by our shoulders again, pulling our way back into our down dog. Breathing in, breathing out. You're nearly there. As you look forward, left foot steps in between your hands now, and just lower your right knee down into something comfortable. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the ceiling. Same thing, so interlace the hands, and just cradle the base of your skull with both your hands. Allow the elbows to open up to the sides of the room. And again, as you telescope the ribs, pull your belly button in and see if you can offer the spine a little bit of a back bend. One more breath here. And release. Bringing your hands down carefully, stepping forward, right foot to the top of the mat. Flat back, inhaling. Exhale to let it go. And then one breath, rise up, fingers stretch to the ceiling. And if you reset, bring your hands to the very center of your chest. Couple of deep breaths for yourselves, just to tune back into the present moment. Okay, so from here, big step back with your left leg, everybody. Let's come into a warrior two position. Okay, so if you're super new to this, please don't worry. We're gonna get our legs in line. We're gonna offer a nice deep bend through our front knee. If anything, the knee is stacking directly on top of our ankle. The arms are then gonna open up. And then as we feel grounded down through the feet, active in the legs, length through the spine, you just look forward. And whatever is pulling you away from this moment, commit to looking beyond your right index finger. And at the same time, encourage the left arm to stretch back in the opposite direction. Keeping the legs exactly the same, so try not to move your legs. Eagle arms. Wrap your left elbow underneath the right elbow. So if this doesn't work for you today, you can just stretch the left arm across the body and pull the arm into the chest. If you're in your eagle pose, however, maybe you want to lift your elbows up. But if you do that, just soften your shoulders away from the ears. 3 breaths here. Maybe rounding the upper back slightly to get more space between the shoulder blades. Last 2. 1 final breath. Again, keep your legs where they are. Unravel the arms now. Interlace the hands behind your back. We're going to go into humble warrior. Inhale to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift your chest in the air. And as you exhale, leading with the chest, let's come down. And again, if this feels too strong for you, everybody, please do grab your elbows instead of grabbing the hands. Press your feet down. Start to tuck your right bottom underneath and then pull your chest even further forward. 1 more breath here. As we stay upside down, let's bring our hands down onto the ground. Turn your front foot in very slightly and then just continue to bend into that right knee as you straighten out the left leg. So in our side lunges now, a little bit of a freestyle. Shifting now from one side to the other side. Okay, so there's no wrong way or right way of doing this. We're just trying to get a good old stretch into our inner groin and inner thighs. So if you feel like lingering on one side, moving around a little bit, that's absolutely fine. Give yourself a few more breaths here. And then now, next time you bend into that right knee, start to face the front of the mat again. Bring your hands down and then step directly back into down dog again. Take a full deep inhale and a full exhale. All right, second side. So left foot steps in between your hands now. Coming into warrior 2 with your left foot forward. Okay, so you don't have to feel rushed. Feel that the feet are really grounded down into the earth, that this left inner thigh is pulling back, the spine is growing tall, and there's this expansion across the chest as you start to lengthen your arms. Soften your shoulders. Start to soften your jaw. Keep breathing as you look beyond your left index finger. Okay, let's go for those eagle arms again. Right elbow underneath your left elbow. And again, if that doesn't resonate for you, just take that right arm across the body. Lifting the elbows up in line with your shoulders. Softening the tops of the shoulders away from your ears. And breathe into that space between your shoulder blades. 2 more. 1 more breath. All right, everybody, releasing the arms, interlacing the hands behind your back. Take a breath in as you lift the back of the heart up to the ceiling. Humble warrior. Come forward, guys, leading with the chest, and then eventually letting go of the head and the neck. Remember not to swallow up the neck. So let's pull the arm bones away from the shoulders, sinking a little bit deeper through our left knee. Last and final breath here. And then bringing your hands down onto the ground. Remember to turn your front foot in slightly and bending your left knee into Skandasanas, our snake squats. And again, a little bit of freestyle here. Take your time to shift from one side to the other side. And again, if there's something else you want to do, you want to move a bit more free, absolutely fine. Keep breathing. And And the next time you bend your left knee, continue to turn back to the front of the mat, bring your hands down, and then pull your hips back into down dog. From here, nice and gently, walking the feet back to the top of the mat. And this time, once you get to the top of the mat, turn your toes out slightly so that your heels are in and your toes are out. And then bending your knees, guys, coming into Malasana, or your squat pose. Okay, if you want support, keep your fingers grounded down onto the floor, but otherwise bring your hands to your heart center in prayer. Your hands are touching each other. Encourage your elbows to press the knees away from each other. Squeezing the shoulder blades together so the heart is open, the neck is comfortable and free, you aren't frowning, and the breath is there. 2 more. One final breath. And then hands behind your bottom, sit down, and use your hands just to allow yourselves to come down. Okay, so allowing spine to comfortably come down into the ground. Feet connect to the mat, knees are now facing the ceiling. Bring your right ankle on top of your left knee. Now you may find that this is already strong enough for you, and if it's the case, then that's absolutely fine for you to stay where you are. Otherwise, let's start to bend the left knee in and grab hold of either the left shin or the left hamstring. And let's start to glide this knee close in towards our chest. So as we start to come into some longer hold stretches, you may now want to start closing the eyes. And the reasoning for that is so that we can limit visual distraction and enter a place where we're really feeling into our body. 3 more breaths just to pull this knee in closer to the heart. Two more rounds of breaths. One final breath. And release. Okay, nice and simple. Second side. So feet down, knees up. Left ankle on top of your right knee. Let's ensure that this left foot is nice and flexed. An option again to either stay where you are, otherwise pulling that right knee in and grabbing again the knee, the shin or the hamstring. And yes, you're using your arms to pull the knee in closer to the chest, but let go of any stress around the neck. Shoulders are relaxed, the face is calm. 3 breaths here, everyone. Breathing for 2. One final breath. And then gently release. Okay, you're nearly there. So pull both knees in towards your chest now. Give yourself a well-deserved squeeze. And as you exhale, drop these knees over towards the right hand side. And if it feels comfortable for you, try to get your knees really stacked. Left knee on top of your right knee. And then if you have the room, let's open up the chest and let's start to stretch that left arm out to the left hand side. Any weird dodginess in the neck, feel free just to look to the ceiling. And we'll breathe here, lengthening the left side of our body as much as we can. Just 1 more breath. And back to center. And let's do the same thing on the second side. So both knees collapsing to the left side. We're going to get our knees nicely stacked. And then opening through the chest, relaxing that right shoulder and reaching that right arm out to the side. Just a couple more breaths to find balance through the spine. One final breath. And then bring yourselves back to center. Squeeze both knees in towards your chest and just lift your head and shoulders off the ground. Make yourself as small as you can. Maybe your forehead touches the knees for a moment. And as you exhale, falling into Shavasana now. So this is our final relaxation. If you have the space, legs can open up nice and wide. And likewise with the arms, if you have the space, take your arms nice and wide. Closing the eyes. Now when we hit this part of the class, know that we are now in our energy of yin. So we're in an energy of receiving rather than controlling. So let go of the body. Let go of the mind. Let the breath be free. And just enter a couple of minutes of real deep relaxation. Without bringing any more movement in the body, bring your attention back to breathing. And just noticing how your body naturally responds to your inhale and your exhale. Starting now to bring small movements within the body. You can start by moving your fingers and your toes, maybe rolling your head from left to right, left to right. Coming into a full body stretch now, legs together. Inhale to reach the arms up over the head. You can feel free to grab hold of the wrists or just stretch back through your fingers, and in the opposite direction, stretching forward with your toes. Hugging your knees in towards your chest now, rolling your body over to one side, and then just carefully lifting up into a seated position. Okay, so coming back into your seat, feel free again to sit up on your block or your book or your pillow so that the spine can feel its vitality. Okay, hands come together right in front of the chest and then closing the eyes. With the eyes closed, take a full inhale through the nose, fill up the lungs. Sigh out through the mouth. And just one more for luck. Inhale through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Bring the knuckles of your thumbs against your third eye. The third eye is that little gap between the eyebrows. Namaste. Thank you so much for taking part. I hope you enjoyed the Chromatic Reset class for 3 people. If you are inspired to do more, then follow us on chroma.yoga on Instagram. Thank you very much.